Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6. MPs are preparing for a showdown when they return to the House of Commons next week after there was uproar at the Prime Minister's plans to suspend Parliament for 5 weeks in the run-up to Brexit. The former Justice Secretary, David Gauke, warned that it may be their only opportunity to prevent the UK leaving the European Union without a deal. But the government called the uproar phony and accused MPs of trying to overturn Brexit. Here's our political editor, Laura Kuenssberg.
Tempers hot, nerves frayed.
Over and over.
A member of the government and Tory MP in Cheltenham defending himself to protesters, but not entirely the government's approach.
I have made my position clear. I've spoken to the Chief Whip about it.
Time is short, but within days, swathes of MPs will try to remove the possibility that Boris Johnson could take us out of the EU without a deal. With even senior Tories on side, they'll try to change the law.
It may well be that next week is the only opportunity. I'm afraid it does look as if our options have now narrowed, and if Parliament is going to assert some control and say, well, OK, if we leave with no deal, but that has to have the consent of Parliament, then that would suggest that we need to move sooner rather than later.
Is this the moment when polite resistance will become more aggressive action?
Well, I hope it will continue to be polite, but I also think it's going to need to be robust.
Those who fear the possible turmoil of leaving without a deal seem more determined now, after the Prime Minister caused this kind of outrage by cutting the number of days in the Commons MPs have to scrutinise what's going on. The official line? Totally routine for Parliament to have a breather, to be prorogued for that amount of time.
There is going to be lots of time to debate before the 31st of October. Parliament will be sitting then and will be able to have whatever motions it wants. I think the outrage is phony.
But one peer in the government quit in protest, and maybe the Defence Secretary gave the game away. He certainly learned that even at a summit in Finland, there are microphones everywhere.
I mean, we do prorogue the Parliament 4 days longer. It's not like it can be even longer. It depends if you finish your legislative vote. So, I mean, it's clearly more than just what it is. But it is not a revolution. It happens every year.
Clearly more than it is. Those remarks got a less friendly welcome from number 10, who said later he misspoke. But to clip Boris Johnson's wings, to outlaw no deal, Tories, Lib Dems, the SNP all need to work together with Jeremy Corbyn to get the numbers for a majority next week.
What we're going to do is try to politically stop him on Tuesday with a parliamentary process in order to legislate to prevent a no-deal Brexit, and also to try and prevent him shutting down Parliament during this utterly crucial period. The implications for this country are very, very serious.
So just weeks into office, the new Prime Minister is up against protests around the country and many MPs in Parliament determined to try to defeat him next week. When they come to vote, the numbers might be achingly tight. But when it comes to Brexit, as ever, the difference of opinion vast indeed.